we also see a lot of the research that we do is that MPS, clearly is very mature, and there's still opportunities in the industry, but most of the opportunities are around digitization, digital transformation, and like you say, some of these adjacent services, ECM, IT services, and so on. And, we really do believe there's opportunities for the channel to exploit the analytics to enable them to, I guess, drive more synergies between traditional print and some of these digitization opportunities. So have you got any examples of customers you're working with, whether they're the OEMs or the channel partners, in terms of how they're leveraging Intuitive to help them drive more value in their MPS engagements?
Yeah, there's probably a few. So what we've started to see is, and I can give a great example of a major logistics company where the supplier identified that through the print data that their whole holiday authorization process was manual. And by doing that, it wasn't about reducing the cost of the print. It was the fact that it was a manual process, and that manual process could be automated. And for me, I think of how probably printing different to a lot of people in the industry. I see printing as part of a manual business process. Yeah? So you think about digitization. Why do you print? It's because you haven't got two systems integrated. So you'll go and undertake some manual tasks. And if you start to think about print as just a manual part of a business process, you then start to say, well, why are we printing? And what could we do differently? And when you start to understand that, you can start to look about how you can add value. And another example, probably this one from a few years back, but in the insurance industry, I saw renewals being printed out and being sent to customers, and then documents would be coming back in, they'd be scanned, and then they would be processed. And actually, by digitizing that process, not only did you make it more efficient, but you made it an interactive communication with the customer, either on the web or via the telephone. And when it becomes interactive, you can start to then personalize the service to the customer. You've got an opportunity to upsell, and you get a lot more value out of that transaction. And I think that's where the print industry can really start to innovate. And that's where print analytics comes in, because you can use your print data to understand things within your customer's business. And if you can then understand things within your customer's business, you can spot opportunities to add value to that customer by making them more efficient or by growing revenues. And that's really where we've tried to start to fit in.